So it's taken a while for me to find a nice table saw, or what I consider to be a nice table saw. I'm not that far into woodworking, and I know there's real nice table saws out there like SawStop and a bunch of other big name brands. They're just really expensive. So when I saw this on Marketplace, I did a little bit of research behind it. I know this is an older model. This has a 1.5 horsepower motor. When I looked up online, the Shop Fox table saws that they're selling now have a 2.0 horsepower motor, and they're going for about $2,000. This table saw I got for $650. Now, if you want to add in the price of diesel, because the price of diesel nowadays is a little over $5 a gallon, I drove 2 hours and 10 minutes one way to get this table saw because, well, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so no matter what, I'm going to drive to get a good piece of equipment. So if you add in the cost of diesel, which is about 75, 80 bucks, add that to the 650, I still think I got a decent price on this table saw. The good things about it, I like the fence. It's got a nice solid fence. It's one thing I was looking for in a table saw. It has a fully adjustable fence. It has little set screws on either side going up and down and in and out, so you can change the pitch of the fence to make sure it's exactly parallel to your blade. The handles and controls. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about table saws, so I go by how it feels. The handles and controls, when you raise and lower the blade or tilt the blade to a 45, they're really smooth. They feel really nice. It's almost like you could take them and spin them and they'd want to keep spinning. You know, it's not a solid thing. But it also has a lock in the center of that knob to hold it right where it's set, so you don't have to worry about it moving when you're cutting something. Now, it is an older unit, so it's not without flaws. It's got a couple things I should address right away and a couple things that I can kind of do over time. One of the things that needs to be addressed right away is the broken caster. The caster's not fully broken yet, so I can still move it around a little bit, but it's only going to take a matter of time, a few more runs around this rough surface of a garage that I have, and that caster's going to be gone. So I should get a new caster for it right away. The miter sled here has a bent tab, and it looks like somebody hit the grinder. Now the bent tab I can fix right away. The grinder mark, I could build it up with a weld and then grind it down smooth, but I don't think it's going to affect anything. Other than that, we've got some staining on the top. I'd like to see that disappear, but I think I'm going to get online and see exactly how I can make that go away. I don't want to just go after it with a sander and start sanding it down. That might be the way you're supposed to do it. I don't know, but I don't want to screw up any kind of finish that's on the top of this to keep it from rusting. I'd like to make sure this is rust-free for a long time. It's still rust-free. I don't know how old this machine is. I'll have to look that up, but it's been pretty well taken care of. Something I've seen a lot of woodworkers do is incorporate their table saw into a bigger workbench. That takes your table saw, which is pretty big, and kind of turns it into an island workbench. So when you're not using your table saw, you've got a nice big area you can do glue ups, different projects, whatever you need to do. It'd be nice to have a big area to cut a full sheet of plywood any way that I needed to cut it by myself. I don't always have help here. My wife's a teacher, my kids are in school. So a lot of times when I'm working with a full sheet of plywood, I'm doing it by myself, and I'd like to be able to do that safely. Incorporating this into a workbench, I think would be a pretty good project for me. I've just got to get the wood milled out and get that going. Put some casters underneath that workbench so that I can pop it up on casters and push it off the side if I got to work on my tractor or something else inside the shop here. Lots of projects to come. Leave a comment. Let me know if you think I paid too much for this table saw. 650 bucks for a Shop Fox table saw. Doesn't seem too bad for me, but I don't know. I'm not a woodworker. I'm just getting into it. So we can always change it up later as I start making money, getting stuff going through the shop here. I can afford better equipment. I'm still looking for a couple things, looking for a bandsaw. I'm looking for a scroll saw, little things like that to help me get some of the projects done that I want to get done. Until next time, guys, go make something.